directions?
Your note was very precise. I'm not going to get lost.
You better not unless you want to miss the most fantastic night of your life.
Of course not. I have the route memorized.
Good. And you can be there by 8?
Well, if that's when you want me, that's when I'm going to be there.
The Lakeview Inn is very special, Warren. Their rooms are designed for people who want to make the most of their nightlife. If you know what I mean.
Give me a hint.
Well, I don't want to give too much away, but let's put it this way. There's things in the rooms that other hotel rooms just don't have.
Ooh, baby, watch out. This phone's going to melt.
Only a taste of what's to come, sweetheart. But listen, I don't want to tie up this phone.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from a payphone. There are a couple people waiting to use it. But I'll see you tonight.
You bet.
8 o'clock. I can't wait. Bye, Warren.
You know, Miss Adamson, you make a sweater that cost $175 look even more expensive. Really?
Rick, it's you.
Travis, Mrs. McCleary is only supposed to stay until 6, isn't she?
Well, yeah. Is it 6 already?
Well, I thought Liza would be home by now.
So did I.
Yeah, so I told Mrs. McCleary that she could go on home, that we would take care of Turner.
Of course.
It isn't like Liza to be late, is it?
Unless she's furious, which she is.
Well, then why? You were only looking out for her. Look, I would have done exactly what you did. Especially after what you told me. I've been kind of wishing that Joe and Susie weren't involved down there either. You know, it's no place for any of them.
Well, you have to admire what they're trying to do for the runaways. But Stu, you should have seen the face on that kid when he pulled a knife. I mean, it wasn't the face of a child. It was the face of someone who could hurt you if he was cornered.
Yeah. I know.
They're not making idle threats.
All sounds very dangerous.
Mr. Centel, are you sure you don't want me to stay? When your wife and I first talked about this job, I told her I was willing to stay late anytime you needed.
Oh, well, thank you. It just won't be necessary tonight.
When Mrs. Centel left this morning, she didn't mention anything about being later than usual.
Well, I don't think it's anything she planned. Something just came up.
Well, Turner's very happy. He's had his dinner, and he's staring up at his new mobile with those big, beautiful eyes.
He's a pretty irresistible little guy.
You have a good night. I'll see you again tomorrow. I'll see myself out.
Thank you. You have a nice night, too. Good night.
Good night. Travis, you're not really worried about Liza, are you? I mean, I thought you told me she was going to the studio right after the shelter.
Well, it's not that I'm worried about her. I just know she's out there, she's upset, and I'm not able to do anything about it.
Well, come on now. Liza isn't the kind to stay angry forever. She'll be home soon, and you'll talk it all out.
It's just it caught me a little by surprise, that's all.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't understand. She's taking so much time on all these outside interests.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I kind of thought she'd want to spend most of her time with the baby, especially the first year.
I can understand how she'd like to do something besides mothering. I'm all for it. But her work at the station would be enough. Now that she's involved with the runaway center, I don't know.
Well, maybe she didn't realize what she was getting involved with, Travis. You know, sometimes you get all fired up about something, and it isn't until later that you realize maybe you've bitten off more than you can chew.
No, Stu. I think she's very aware of how much she's taken on.
Well, there's only one way you can prevent all this, and it's pretty foolproof.
What's that?
Well, just tell her how much you miss her when she's not around.
I do miss her. I mean, Turner and I wandered around like lost souls without her this evening.
No, I mean, just keep telling her how much you miss her, how much you love her. And she's the most important thing in the world, and then... Who am I talking to? You wrote the book.
Hey, where you going?
Well, I think I've exhausted all my grandfatherly advice in this room, so I'll just mosey up to the nursery. I don't think Turner has heard this before.
This is more fun.
Well, I was in visiting Mom when this gorgeous bouquet of flowers came, and so I stayed because I knew you were due in soon.
What for?
Let's see where they're from, silly.
Oh, they're from Warren. He wants me to meet him at 8:30 at the Lakeview Inn. I'm not even sure I know where that is.
Of course you do. Right over Route 13, a couple of miles past the country club. You've been there, past it several times.
Oh, the place on the hill.
Yeah, that's right. My mother's been there. She said it's beautiful and romantic.
Oh, well, he says he has a surprise plan for me.
See what I mean? Romantic.
But you know, when I talked to him a couple of hours ago, he said he had to go out of town on business.
Well, he obviously wants to surprise you. I mean, sending you flowers, catching you off guard. He doesn't want you to think this is just any old night. I personally think it's a brilliant move myself.
Oh, you do you?
Mm-hmm. I should have a husband who sets the stage for love and romance.
It is kind of sweet.
If I were you, I'd be out buying something totally devastating to wear.
Well, I don't think I'll go that far.
But you will go, won't you?
Why not? I mean, I get off in plenty of time to be there by 8:30. And it sounds like kind of a lark.
Kind of a lark, she says. Susie, I envy you. This is the kind of marriage every girl dreams about.
Well, I guess it has its moments. And this appears to be one of them. Here, let me share the wealth.
Well, it's the least you can do. Do me a favor. Do your old friend a favor. Let the good times roll.
Oh, and that sweater, I couldn't believe it.
Didn't you think I'd wear it?
What?
I said, didn't you think I'd wear it?
Well, I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, I didn't even know you had the sweater till I saw you walk in here with it.
Then I'm not sure what you mean.
Okay, I think I've said something wrong here. Look, I just thought you looked really nice, so I said so. I hope you don't think I was being too forward.
No, forward's not your style, is it?
Oh, my style.
Rick, look, this has been going on for quite a while now. Don't you think maybe you could give up the games?
Miss Adamson, I don't know what you're talking about.
I know that you sent me the sweater. And all the other gifts before that. Please don't try to deny it.
All right, now, I really don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not angry with you, if that's what you're afraid of. But I think that this whole thing has gotten way out of hand, and it's got to stop.
Miss Adamson, I have not sent you a thing. Not a sweater or anything.
Oh, come on, Rick. If you'd never seen the sweater before, how did you know how much it cost?
I didn't say I never seen it before. I saw it some time ago at some boutique.
The Marguerite Boutique.
Yeah, that's right.
Of course you did. You saw me trying it on there, and then you sent it to me.
You're crazy.
Don't call me crazy! You are crazy! You are the one who has been carrying on this sick little ritual. I am not your
Listen,
lovely
Miss
lady.
Adams.
I know you!
Hold it! Sunshine, let's give the man a chance to make some sense here.
I thought I told you to leave.
Now, I know what you told me. Now I want to hear what he has to say. You got any explanation for this?
Only what I've already told her. Look, I didn't send her any sweater. And I think you've got to turn the other way around here. I think you two owe me an explanation.
Oh, but you saw the sweater. The same sweater, but in a shop, right?
Yes, I saw it. Is there any law against that? Look, I was in there with my girlfriend. She was dying for me to buy it for her, but I couldn't afford it.
That's your story.
That's the truth. What's the matter with you people?
I think he's telling the truth.
Well, thank you for your vote of confidence. Look, I think maybe I'm going to go home now before I get another third degree from you guys.
Yeah, why don't you do that? And I'll escort the lady. Don't try to figure this thing out, Sunshine. It was just a natural mistake. Come on, we'll take my car. We'll talk about it after I get you home. Come on.
Very nice. Wendy, honey?
You're right on time.
Of course. Where are you?
Oh, just getting a towel. You see that heart-shaped thing in the middle of the room?
I sure do.
Well, we're gonna get into those nice warm bubbles and play. How's that?
I think that sounds like the best idea you have ever had. When you said you were planning something special, oh boy, you weren't kidding.
Don't worry. I wasn't kidding.
You have looked very pretty in some things, but never so good as you do in that towel.
Does that mean you like it?
Come here.
No. Why don't you come here?
Mom's gonna shine the floor.
Hi.
You're speaking to me.
Oh, I just said hi. That doesn't necessarily constitute a conversation.
Well, maybe we should open the champagne then.
Oh, no, wait, not so fast.
I thought you liked champagne.
Well, I do. Not if it's a bribe. I mean, it's certainly not going to wash away what happened this afternoon.
It's not a bribe, Liza. It's a peace offering.
Fine. Peace. But I don't want you to think that I'm going along with you not wanting me to work at the shelter. I intend to stick it out.
I wish you'd reconsider.
I won't. I think we should just get that straight right off the bat.
Darling, I just want you to be safe. I love you. I don't want you to get hurt.
I don't want to get hurt either. And look, I'm going to go through any kind of training I need to protect myself. Give me a little credit.
Honey, I do. I give you all the credit in the world. I always have. It's just those angry, mixed-up kids I can't trust. They might strike out at anyone.
Yeah, and they're not going to change unless they get help. Now, I have a chance to help. I'm going to take it.
That sounds very suspiciously like a final word.
It is. Now, do you still want to open that champagne?
Yes. I guess we should toast, at least to the fact that we don't have to continue this disagreement this evening.
I was hoping you'd say that I have a peace offering of my own.
We've been together too long.
Oh, never. How about two people big enough to put their differences aside?
Especially when there's champagne and hamburgers.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I can't wait to tear into this. Arguing makes me hungry.
Wait a minute, not so fast.
What?
I mean, we have the champagne, we have the hamburgers.
We have my rose.
But what are we missing?
Music.
There will be sweeter days. May I interest you in a little pre-burger spin around the dance floor?
There
will be songs to sing and joy to bring, and children dancing with laughter. There will be you and I. There will be days gone by. And if you
Are you going to tell me this little encounter with Rick didn't faze you at all?
Of course it fazed me. It was embarrassing.
Embarrassing? How about frightening?
All right, maybe it was. For a few minutes, but it's nothing I was planning on having a nervous breakdown over.
I didn't say that you were going to have a nervous breakdown.
Come on, McCleary, you treated me as if I needed an ambulance. All I really needed was about 5 minutes to collect my thoughts. Then I could have gone out to the parking lot, found my car, and driven myself home, believe it or not.
And suppose your private sicko happened to be waiting for you in the parking lot.
Stop with the scare tactics. Why is it so much fun for you to fantasize that I am being stalked by a psychotic killer?
Why is it so much fun for you to pretend that this is some kind of a high school prank when you know deep down inside that it's not? I saw your face when you encountered Rick. You were scared.
Well, I wouldn't have been scared at all if you hadn't been coming at me every 2 seconds with your paranoid suspicions.
You don't know the difference between paranoia and simple caution. That's your problem.
Let me remind you that the police feel the same way about this thing that I do. You couldn't interest them in your little murder mystery. Doesn't that tell you anything?
It tells me that they're overburdened and understaffed. That's what it tells me.
Okay, fine. You believe what you want to believe. As usual, we get absolutely nowhere when we try to discuss this.
It's because you're always too busy talking to listen.
You know, it's been a long night, and I really don't want to continue this. I wish that I could thank you for taking me home, but that would be dishonest.
Close the door.
What are you talking about? This is my apartment. You can't tell me what to do with my door.
Look, I am tired of you trying to throw me out every time you don't want to hear what I have to say. No, I'm not leaving this apartment until I've told you a few things.
What could you possibly say that you haven't already said? Every time I turn around, you're lecturing me about how I'm taking too many chances, how I shouldn't meet informers, how I shouldn't wear the sweater, how I shouldn't walk myself home, how I shouldn't... What do you think you're doing? Hogan,
Doesn't it feel fantastic?
Sensational. You know what? Next place I live, I'm going to have one of these. A bathtub for two. It's perfect.
Wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Just a minute.
What are you doing?
Well, you see, I have to show you all the extra added attractions.
No. You're the only extra added attraction I need.
No, you have to see this. You have to see this. You've heard of dinner by candlelight? Well, bathing by candlelight, a lot more interesting.
Wendy, you know what? You've really outdone yourself.
No, I haven't, you see. There's more. This is what I call technology finally put to good use.
No, this is what I call dying and go to heaven.
Well, I thought you might see it that way.
What are you doing way over there?
Waiting for you.
but I'm afraid that you might be giving whoever this is the wrong ideas. Look, you're setting yourself up to get a lot more than you bargained for. Normal people don't keep playing hide and seek this long.